Hello, friends. I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Everything here is great. And today's weird. It is the week of Origins Game Fair in Columbus, and I'm not there. Uh, and that feels strange. I guess Origins doesn't has never been well. Origins used to be one of my favorites back in the '90s and early 2000s when it was big and huge, and Wizards of the Coast was a huge sponsor and really put on a big show. It was fantastic. And then it took a dip for about 10 years. It's been on a rebound, and it's actually pretty fantastic to go there now. But there for a while, I was just like, yeah, I'll skip Origins, not a big deal. But I generally try to go for a day. And I think I haven't fully, I've committed to friends and saying I will be there tomorrow. But whether I actually show up tomorrow or not, I think I'm going. There's some family stuff in the mix that's like, well, I want to be there tomorrow. Whether I show up or not, who knows? This is a weird year for me because we already talked about not going to Gen Con, and we talked about not playing games yesterday. So it's been a weird transition for me. I have been going to both Origins. Well, I've been going to Origins since '96, and I think that was the same year I started going to Gen Con. It might not have been until the following year I went to Gen Con, but I'm pretty sure I was at Gen Con '96. And I have not missed a Gen Con willingly in all of that time, right? Uh, so to say I'm not going is a really weird feeling, but it feels also right at the same time. If I were to go to Gen Con, I would not want to work. I've spent the last 8 years working for Portal at the Portal booth. And while I absolutely love that week, like with every fiber of my being, going there, setting the booth up, being with friends, playing games, teaching demos, like selling stuff, that has been a fantastic experience for me. Last year, I felt like it didn't feel like that's what I wanted to do anymore. It felt like it was time for me to go try to maybe be not necessarily an influencer, but I wanted to explore the hall and take lots of pictures and share those with people and play lots of things, and I didn't get to do that. So if I were to go back, I mean, obviously, if Portal goes back next year, I'll be there. Like 100%, I will go for them. But this year, I'm okay taking a year off. Last year, I did Gamma and Dice Tower East and Gen Con and Origins. I did 4 shows last year. That was a lot. That was a lot. And that's not my record by far. I mean, with Portal, I've done 5 or 6 shows in a year, 7 shows a year. I've gone to exhibitor shows, or not exhibitor, distributor expos, where it's just like the public's not invited. It's just for retailers. I've been all over for working with Portal for that stuff. But to say like this year, if I go to Origins tomorrow, I probably will go tomorrow. That will be the day I'm at a convention this year. That'll be it. Like that's the day, right? That feels strange. Like to tie this into what I was talking about yesterday, that feels really strange. But I'm also I forgot to. So last year, I did Origins last year. Me and my friend Ben, we got a room. We went and did Origins for all 4 days, and it was fantastic. It was super freaking fun. We had no agenda. We woke up. We went to the convention center. We wandered around. We sat at Somebody said, "You want to play this?" Yeah, let's try it. And we just played games. I played like 20 demos. It was amazing, and I think that's why going to Gen Con last year, I felt like, oh, I want to do that same thing. That was so much fun. The funny thing is, in the 30 years or whatever I've been going to shows, almost 30 years I've been going to these conventions, very few times have I been that guy. I went to Gen Con as a pedestrian for about 4 or 5 years with friends, but either they or we were playing competitive card games at the time. So I went to Gen Con with the purpose of playing in this competitive tournament. And so that's where I spent my time and energy. Or I went the first year I came back out of the Marine Corps. I don't think I went with a company that year. Or no, I did. I did go with the company. I went. That was with United States Playing Cards. So I did go with the company. But I spent all my time doing role playing games. So I've always been at these shows as like helping a company, which means that I've never really got to do the like just experience a convention just to experience it. And I had so much fun last year. From that, I don't believe I purchased any games. Like nothing that I played was like, oh, I have to own this. It was all. But is that true? That's true. I think I was going to buy one game. I was going to buy Fjords, and I didn't because they sold out or something. There, I don't remember why I didn't buy that one, but I don't think I bought anything. It was just like, let's go play games, and it was really fun because I played stuff I would never normally play. So, it's Origins right now. I'm looking on, after I said yesterday I haven't been using social media, I opened up to Twitter and looked, and all of my publisher friends are talking about the show. And I'm not there. That's okay. I'll drive in, spend a day, and drive back. It's about 4-ish hours. Well, it's like 3.5 hours from here. Not a big deal. I've done that many times for either Origins or concerts. We'll drive to Columbus for concerts because a lot of times bands won't come to Pittsburgh, but they'll go to Columbus. So I just have to spend an extra 2 hours in the car to get there, and I'm totally fine with that. But what a strange year. Feel great about it. Still strange. What do you got going on this weekend? Are you going to Origins? Are you at Origins? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. No, it'll be Monday. Moron. Today's word you should know to sound smart is remiss. It is an adjective meaning negligent or careless. Our servants know that if they ever are remiss in their duties, we will quickly fire them. Remiss. R-E-M-I-S-S. That definition, negligent or careless, seems to give it a heavier meaning. I always thought, like, people will say, I'm being remiss. Like, I always thought that was meant, like, just kind of forgetful or something. I didn't necessarily think it was negligent or careless makes it sound like it's intentional, and I never thought of it that way.